In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use the width tool to alter the width of your illustration and make it look a bit different than just having a uniform width all over. Okay, so let's get started. So for this example, I'm going to show you my illustration that I've done before, but firstly, I'm going to show you how it actually works. So when we start using the width tool, let's start by drawing a simple line. I'm going to just use a black line. Let's draw that. Yeah. And let's just increase the width. So here, you will notice that it is uniform. And then you will see that if you go on stroke here on the left and down here on the profile, you can change the way that your stroke looks. So it can be tapered, and then it goes back up and then comes back down. So the different variations that you already have that you can play around with and see if that works better for your illustration. But what I want to look at is custom widths that I can make based on the different parts of my illustration. Or you can also just play around and use this to make interesting shapes, or you can just use this to give your illustration a bit of extra oomph. So what I like to do is go on the left side, and you see just underneath the eyedropper tool, you have the width tool, which has the short key Shift plus W. So if you click on it, and now when you hover over this line, you'll see, oh, remember it needs to be a stroke, it's not a fill, so just an outline. So you'll see different points that you can alter the width. So once you, let's say in the middle, make a click and then drag it out. So now we have made the profile of our stroke thicker in the middle and tapered at the end, just like the example that we have. But now let's say I want to make it a bit different around here. I want to skew it down. So you make another point and drag it in. Now here I will do the same. Take the point, drag it out. And you'll see wherever the points, wherever you've made alterations to the width, you'll see this line that has appeared. And now when you go back to alter it, you can just click on that line and then maybe decrease or increase it to whatever you might need. It is also a really easy way to make some interesting shapes. So let's say you want to make a pillar or a glass. So look, we just made a super simple glass using just strokes. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. And now let's say you like this shape, right? And you want to make this from a stroke to a fill. Just go on object and click on expand appearance. And there you go. Now that's a fill instead of stroke. And you can add another stroke to it. Yeah, and alter it like that. So now that we have done the basics, now let's look at what we can do with our illustration. So these all are different parts. So I've grouped them all together. But for now, I will just ungroup them. So now there are different parts of my illustration that I made. They go, everything's a different part. Whenever you go and click over a part, let's say this part. Oh my, actually, let's start with the bottom layer. I want to make my bottom layer thicker, but I don't want it to affect the top layer. And obviously, you see these are two, like a separate piece. So I'm going to go to the width tool and then arrange it like this. And now it's a lot thicker, but the upper part is still the same width that we originally had. Similarly, I will do the same thing here. Take the point, drag it down. So you'll be able to see the anchor points that you already have. And you can add more points wherever you need. Now in this part, let's try something else. So we're going to make it thicker, just like we have done in the previous part. And then we're going to make it thinner around here and thinner around here. So only the top part is a lot thicker than the bottom part, to give it more dimension. Now let's do the same thing here. Let's say this is like a highlight or a drop light or whatever you can imagine. So I'm gonna make this part thicker. I'm gonna make these points really thin. Okay, so you are barely able to see it. I'm gonna make this part a bit thicker. I think so. But you can use it in different ways. Once you know which part thickness works and which doesn't work, you can really play around with it and really make your illustration stand out. It doesn't need to have the uniform stroke that we have. It can have like more of a natural tone to how you can, which you will probably see when you do line art by your own hand when you're doing digital art, whether in Photoshop, Procreate, or any other software. And you will see the reason we have different variations in width is because at some parts we probably are applying more pressure, some part we're applying less pressure. So it makes the scene look more dynamic compared to just having a uniform length. But obviously there's some points where you need to have a uniform length. So based on what your needs are, I think it's always good to know what you can and cannot do in your illustration. So yeah, let me make these make the changes to the whole illustration, and I can show you before and after. Okay, and this is the finished version. So yeah, as you can see, I've added a lot of variations in the thickness of my illustrations from this side, and in this side I've kept the same. This side I've added more thickness over the edge. I've added a lot of thickness at the base of all the plants, and I've also added some like variations within the leaves as well. And yeah, that's it. Let me show you what it would look like. So this is what it looks like compared to what we had originally and what we have now. I feel I also changed the colors a bit to make it look more greener as well. And I would love to see what you make using this tool. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and rest of the day. And bye bye.